Well, hello and welcome to the educational esports event where we have two teams today. We have Al-Bayan Bilingual School from Kuwait on the red side, and we have the Anglo-American School of Moscow on the blue side, facing off each other in a competitive Minecraft map called Capture the Flag. Both teams are ready, and I'll be my name is Evgeny, and I'll be commentating this match between these two schools. We're going to start now, and I'll be explaining how the game works, what is happening if you are watching this gameplay for the first time. I'll be your commentator. So it looks like both teams are ready to start. So I'm just doing the final check that we are ready. And we'll be good to start. So in the meantime, I'll just explain really quickly about how the game works. In this Minecraft game, we have two bases. We have base 1, or the base of the blue team, and we have a base of the red team. Each base has a flag that a team needs to protect while trying to capturing a flag from the opposing team. So there are different strategies that teams employed in the past. BBS has played this map many, many times. Anglo-American School of Moscow has played this map a couple of times. So we are excited to see some advanced strategies and some fair play from both teams. For those of you who are watching us live, make sure that you keep the comment section of the YouTube nice and clean as it looks like now. So we're looking for encouragements. We want everybody to leave this live stream happy and encouraged and not sad. So make sure there are no comments or any sad things or bullying happening there. So just final preparations. I'm waiting for a coordinator from the BBS team to give me a green light to start the game. The game lasts 20 minutes. This is the first round, and this is going to be a best of 3 series. So for a team to win today's match, they need to win maximum 2 games. Okay, just final. Okay, so we are ready to start. So let me just start. All right, the game has started. 20 minutes on the clock. We will be receiving notifications as the time elapses. Right now, both teams are in the team lobby. This is where they are stacked up on armor and some weaponry. And then we also have a substitute bench. So we can see that AAS Team has a substitute player right here who will be joining the team once the team decides to sub. So the round begins. We have 20 minutes remaining. Let me just do one thing. So right here. Okay, so AAS is on the red side and BBS is on the blue side. All right, so what is happening now? Both teams started aggressively advancing, and we can see the AAS team started mining resources strategically, knocking down some trees and extracting resources. The BBS team, on the other hand, let's peek inside what is happening now. So nothing much is happening. We see one player position himself high up on the tower. We see a little skirmish happening near the pillagers outpost. Right here, we have a neutral objective that both teams can capture to gain some lucrative loot or gain some lucrative things, but it takes some time and effort. But this is high stake, high risk endeavor. So red team rescues its flag. What happened here, the AAS captured the flag, but then they lost the flag. So the BBS team, the red team, has been able to retrieve their flag. All right, both teams seems to be very careful. We don't see any, we do see some advances here. So someone from the red team is trying to get inside the actually 2 players trying to flank the AAS team. So we can see 2 archers actually attacking the AAS team of Moscow. So the red team one more time is the team from Kuwait, the Al-Bayan Bilingual School, and the blue team is the Anglo-American School of Moscow. And we can see a red team, the BBS team, has captured a flag. And we can see a player is carrying the flag. You can see those blue particles coming out of the character. That means the character is carrying the flag. And the blue team is trying very hard to stop him, but I think the red team is going to score the first point. And this is the first point for the Kuwait school for BBS, Al-Bayan Bilingual School from Kuwait. So in the meantime, we can see Anglo-American School of Moscow advances into the base. We can see one player trying to flank, trying to replicate the strategy employed by the BBS team earlier. So let's see if he or she is successful. Actually, let me make myself invisible so I did not reveal any advances. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to add myself to the spectator so I become invisible and I do not interfere with the process. So, okay, well, wonderful. While I was doing that, the Anglo-American School of Moscow captured the flag. They're now carrying the flag to their base and there's no one stopping them. And it looks like it is going to be a point for the blue team. So let me quickly make sure that the stream is fine. Okay, so okay, I think I made a mistake here. It should be this way. Blue, yeah, sorry, I accidentally, yeah, so the AAS is blue and, sorry, AAS is blue and BBS is red. So I just changed it on the display so it will not cause any confusion. Okay, so what is happening here? So we started seeing defense wall is going up, so players are allowed to build defense around their flags, and this is what we can see is happening here on the AS side. So we can see lots of skirmishing is happening. Excuse me. On this side, we can see the same player who captured the first flag is now carrying the blue flag again. For some reason, AS fails to protect their flag and leaves it unattended, but there it looks like the player has been spotted. He's using the wall, which is legal for this map. There's actually no boundaries. The wall is there just as a demarcation. Players are free to leave the area if they choose to mine for resources. And it looks like the AS is carrying the flag as well. So the score is going to be 2-2 one more time. The door is closed there, so a player cannot return the flag to the base. So the only way he has now is just to run around trying to evade the arrows from the BBS. So a little skirmish is happening here. So the red team is trying to recapture the flag. The blue team rescues its flag. So that means the red player who was carrying the flag has been taken down. The red team captures the flag and the blue team scores the second point. So you can see on the right that the score now is 2-1, and we have 15 minutes remaining in this round. And so far, both teams are playing aggressively. The blue team, the AAS team, is leading 1 point, and now I can see that they're carrying their red team flag one more time, and it looks like no one is trying to contest the AS team, so the player is freely moving to their base. It looks like there's a good communication happening. The teams are trying to back him up. The door is closed, but then there's another person on the other side who opens the door just in time for AS to score another point. So 3-1. In favor of Anglo-American School of Moscow. So BBS, by Al-Bayan Bilingual School, has taken their defense very seriously. They have our cobble web, spider web, which will, well, it should slow down the player, but it looks like the player has jumped over it. Again, another advance by the Anglo-American School of Moscow, and this time the player is going through the castle. The archer is trying to take him down, so he's taking some serious damage. He's trying to run, so let's see if the archer is accurate enough to take down a player who's carrying the flag. And I think it's out of range now, but the player, the BBS, the red player, is still very persistent, but he's met with severe... and the blue team scores another point. The player's taken down. Look at the amount of arrows lying around. So it's 4-1. Not sure what is happening here, but it looks like Anglo-American School of Moscow has gotten into really nice pace, and we can see a player from the AAS team is trying to make some advances to the Pillager's outpost. One more time, Pillager's outpost is just the neutral objective that both teams can capture. It doesn't belong to anybody. To capture the neutral objective, players need to take down all the hostile elements, these guys. They do deal a lot of damage, so players need to be really careful. We'll see players trying... Oh, he's taking some damage from the fall, but to be able to generate the chest here, we need to take down all the... Not the cows and chickens, but... where are they? I don't see a lot of them, so someone has to try and attempt to take down it. All right, in the meantime, blue team captures the flag one more time. We can see player 4 is carrying their flag. And the red team rescues its flag, and this is how the flag is rescued. Whoever is carrying the flag is the player is taken down. Blue team, the AAS team is just continuously attacking the base, leaving the BBS team no space to breathe. The red team, in the meantime, also takes advantage of the fact that the BBS team, almost all of their players are in the attack mode, so they capture the flag as well. So the AAS team cannot move back to the base. There's no backup, so the only way they can do is just run around. We have 3 players. In the meantime, the BBS team is carrying the flag, so let's see. What a nice movement from the AS team. So the player has successfully ran away, and then they scored a point. This is 5-2. Something is happening in the red base. All right, so the BBS, it seems like they've taken our defense really seriously. They've had 3 players on the defense, and now they move as a team. So this is a good teamwork of 3 players moving at a single file. Now the blue player has taken a lot of damage, so now he's been taken down, and now the door is locked though, so they have to find a way around. Well, it was a good chance for them to get into the base had they had some scaffolding or some siege. Oh, I'm just taking some shots. So, and this is an important part of the capture the flag, is that you need to have some kind of structures around the opponent's base, because otherwise it's really hard to get in. Most of the time the door would be locked, and the iron door is really hard to destroy. So we can see a player is trying to find his way around the base, so he just made a way. The blue team scores another point, so the score is 6-2 with about 13 minutes remaining. The blue team captures another flag. Oh yeah, so we just have 10 minutes remaining with our AAS leading by 4 points. So I'd like to remind you that for AAS to win this game, they need to win at least 2 rounds. This is round 1. After this round is completed, we will have another round, and then maybe another one if it's a tie. All right, so another strategy that many teams deploy is going under. So we've seen players going above, and now players are going under. So let's try to follow. Actually, okay. Where were we? I think we were somewhere here, weren't we? Yeah, so going inside, going under is another strategy. So now when I'm invisible, I can actually... And this is what the base looks like inside. We have chests with food, so players need to take care of their hunger level. We have chests with materials. Well, this chest, when players spawn, they have materials that students can use to build like these things. They put the spider web and fortify their flag. Anyways, so we can see BBS and red team, BBS and AAS, a little skimmers here. The blue player has to retrieve, so he's taking a lot of damage from a BBS player. Now they're taking a lot of damage from 2 archers. Oh, I get shot as well. the blue flag is missing, actually. I wonder who is carrying the blue flag, and I think the red flag is missing as well. Okay, here we go. The blue team scores a point, but still, I wonder where the blue flag is. So someone from the red team has to be carrying it. The red flag is in place. Oh yeah, here we go. Student 24 is carrying the blue flag, and the door is locked. Someone needs to open the door. So there's a miscommunication happening between our two players of BBS team, and they almost, before I say almost, yeah, they almost lost the flag. So teams, and this is a very important part of our capture the flag, that players has to be super careful and communicate to each other when they carry the flag, they need backup, or they need someone to open the door for them so that they're just not stuck at the front of the door. No, excuse me. Okay, the score is 7-3. Excuse me, with about 7 or 6 minutes remaining. Well, the red team scores a point, so I'm happy to see how. Excuse me. I'm happy to see how BBS is scratching its way back, but they need to play a little bit better on the defense. Their flag is constantly left unattended. And now we see another advance from the AAS team. A good communication here, so we can see how once a player with the flag approaching the base, we always see from the AAS side, we always see 2 or 3 players meeting him and chasing off whoever is trying to get the flag back. So it's nice to see this level of communication from AAS team. So we see 2 people from the BBS team. They have a really nice path here, like how they use the wall and the tree. And now the flag is captured. So AAS has to do something about this path here, because that looks like the route, the BBS team. And the pillagers post has been defeated, and this is what happens. So let me quickly... All right, and this is what you get when you capture the pillagers outpost. This is a very serious weapon right here. A very serious weapon. So whoever has taken the pillagers outpost is going to be very good, very well rewarded, and it's a BBS team. So the question is whether or not they will be able to leverage this advantage and take 3 flags in the meantime, because the thing with the pillagers outpost, while the reward is really great, the time it takes to capture the pillagers outpost is really a lot. So it's really important for teams to be able to use the resources they've taken from the pillager outpost and try to use them to get back into the game. So right now we can see Tarek is trying to get back. So 5 minutes remaining. So BBS still has 5 minutes remaining. They have this wonderful loot. Actually, they've taken a very serious weapon. Tarek now has it, so it's important not to lose it. So I wonder, I'm curious to see how they'll be able to use this loot that they've gotten to score another 3 points or maybe more to win this game. All right, another flag is captured by the Kuwait team, and we can see players wearing no uniform. As you can see, all players should be color-coded, so we need to issue a warning to student 24. Now, the score is 6-8, so I'm still curious about the BBS team. Let me just quickly peek here. What is happening here? I think the player who has captured the pillager outpost has to be a little bit more active and actually put the equipment to use as soon as possible. The trident that he has is very powerful weapon, and also I see that he has a potion as well, and this is one of the items you can get when you capture the pillager's outpost. You get a slow motion, the swiftness potion of swiftness, potion of slowness, so you can do some fancy stuff. But I wonder what their strategy is now. Now when our BBS has this amazing loot outside, how they will be able to use it to their advantage. So interestingly enough, AAS has started building something around, so they actually taking down trees because probably they've seen that another team uses them a lot while getting over the wall. Wow, with 5 minutes, with less than 5 minutes remaining, so I wonder what is going to happen here. So it looks like an advance from the red team. Some archer skirmish is happening. A well-coordinated advance by the red team, and it looks like they've used the potion. Look how all players has this little particle, so that means the player, Tariq, in this case, the BBS student, has been able to use the potion on his team, so kind of like give extra stats. What they didn't notice, though, is that while they were leading the offense, a player from AS has captured the flag right here. So whether or not the BBS will be able to return the flag, let's see what's going to happen here. The sword fight is happening. The blue player is low on health. He's trying to retreat. So whether BBS will be able to outmaneuver and take the blue player down, so their flag is retrieved. So the pillagers outpost will spawn in 1 minute. So it will be up for grabs on the time. The door is open just in time for the player to come in, and then the red team recaptures the flag. Well done for the red team. So the score is 8-6. The blue team captures the flag one more time. We can see red player. The flag is right there on the ground. The flag has not been captured and has been returned. So it's important to capture the flag. And Tariq is taking a lot of damage from both teams, from both players, and he's taken down. And look at all this loot, especially this one. Did someone see this? Yep. Yeah. All right. And that's, on one hand, it's a double-edged sword. The loot is great, but now you see, when a BBS player has been taken down, now the AAS team has this wonderful loot that they actually didn't work hard. All right, the pillagers outpost has been respawned. We have 1 minute remaining into the game, which should be enough time for BBS, the red team, to the BBS still has time to turn it around. Maybe if they just fast enough, just rush it. Which I think Tariq is trying to do, but he's taken down by the AAS team. Another attempt by BBS. So it's good to see this perseverance by the Kuwait students, even though they know the only 1 minute left. They're still trying to get back into the game and go back into the offense. So it's really nice to see this attitude and perseverance. In the meantime, AS just went deeply into the offense. They put the player with the trident, I think it's the most powerful weapon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the most powerful weapon. Just a couple of hits and you can see. So let's see what's going to happen now. Oh, the blue team and the blue team wins. So we've just seen this. The blue team wins. Let me just congratulate blue team. Let's do title. All right. Did I do that? Blue team title. Oh, chat is disabled. That's why. Anyways, let me false. And boom, blue team wins the round. Wonderful. So great, great stuff. Thank you for the first game. So the first game goes to Anglo-American School of Moscow. We'll take a short break, couple of minutes for teams to get together, maybe discuss the game, what went not so well, and then we will be here for the game 2 of tonight versus where BBS from Kuwait and Anglo-American School of Moscow are competing in Capture the Flag. We'll be right back. Stay with us for the second game. All right, welcome to the second game. Just make some readjustments. So we are in the second game. Let me just quickly check what is happening in the chat. Okay, yeah, ready for 2. Let me just quickly go through the chat. So I appreciate all the positive comments in the chat. Remember, we want everybody to leave the live stream happy and encouraged. So make sure that you only leave positive comments in the chat. All right, both teams are, well, it looks like a BBS team is on the blue side now, while the Anglo-American School of Moscow is on the red side. So while waiting for the players, I'll check with both teams how ready they are. So good play for the Anglo-American School of Moscow for the first game. It was very close. I think if BBS has taken the pillaged outpost earlier and used the items early on, they would have had a better chance of winning the game. So we can see the AAS team is already there. The entire squad is fully equipped and they're ready to join the game, while the BBS team on the blue side this time, they're still getting ready. They have 3 students, and let me just checking that everyone can join. Thank you for all the encouragements that you sent in the chat. So it's really important. It's really great. I think Tariq has joined the wrong team. Poor Tariq. Let me just do one thing. Okay. Yeah. Well, sometimes players join the wrong team. That's why we have this sophisticated system where they can go to the bench, the substitute bench, and then leave the substitute bench. So we've taken care of that. So we're still missing 1 player. So we do have, yeah, we have 6 players on the AS side, and we're still missing 1 on the BBS side. And I think, yeah, student 23 has just joined the party. You're on the blue side. Okay. It was such a hurdle when we first started this map, and we didn't have this mechanics where students could leave if they joined the wrong team. So we had to restart the map back in the days, like when we started 2 years ago, but now it's all automated. All right, great. So I can count 5 on the BBS side. Again, I can count 5 on the AS side. So I'll just check with the instructor. Okay, they're ready. Okay, game 2 is here. Hooray, let's get started. Let me just do the function start. Okay, now we have 20 seconds until players are moved to their bases. So I just heard from the BBS team instructors. I'm constantly communicating with their instructor to make sure that everything is okay. The BBS has changed the strategy. So in this halftime, they've discussed a strategy. So I'm curious to know what the strategy is. So in the meantime, I'll just make myself a spectator and then make another esports coach, Miss Fatma, a spectator as well. So she's invisible as well. All right. So the BBS is on the blue side. The AS is on the red side this time. So let me just make sure I get it right. On the BBS is on the blue side. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So we can see BBS has taken the defense really seriously this time. They've just taken down the stairs here. So the escape once the flag is captured is taken down. So it's a good trade-off. Many teams do that. I can see Student 23 has taken bedrock, is taking some materials to fortify their flag. So this is what is happening here. Let's quickly peek into the AAS base. The second game is always the most exciting because teams kind of gauged each other in the first match, and now they trying to play off. Look at this. I have never seen this before. I haven't seen cobblestone used to fortify the wall here. The blue team, the BBS, has captured the flag. Somehow two players has been able to get inside. The little skirmish is happening. The red player's going down. Another player's going down. Good job. The door is open, but then another player's there. And the BBS has been able to take down. What a good play by two players. That was a fair play, 2 versus 2. The door is open just in time, and this is the first point. Now the red player is here. For some reason, the flag isn't captured, but he has been okay. So the blue team, the BBS team, has just scored the point. The red team is trying to escape. Student 3 players is behind him. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to fall down very soon, and yes, he is going to fall down. All this damage, all these hits, it's really hard to take unless you have some iron armor, which some teams do craft, I should say. In the past, in the spring season, we had some teams, I believe it was a New York team, who actually went mining. They were the mining team. They would spend the first 10 minutes you would just not see them. They would go mining, leaving their flag unexposed, but then they will just emerge in full iron armor, really. That was a good strategy, and I'm pretty sure we'll see them play the strategy once we start playing versus this team. Let me just quickly check. Okay. So what is happening here? The BBS has captured another flag. The player's taken down. The red team rescues the flag. So the AS is, interestingly enough, I've never seen cobblestone used here. So I wonder what got them into this type of defense. The siege is on, full on. Blue student is, he's taking down one player with him. So he's taking damage. He's falling into the water. It's really hard to fight while you are in the water. The red team scores another point, so it's 1-1. Both teams are neck and neck this time. The defense is going up for the Anglo-American School of Moscow. We can see sort of like a tower. One of the strategies team use is doing a tower around with just a door here. Students cannot build on the area around the flag, but they can build around it. So it's the rules do not forbid this. So let's quickly peek onto the BBS side. So cobblestone and spiderweb is used to fortify the flag. We can see student is actually hiding right there. Student 6, and now he got, I don't know, he's trying to get away. He went into the house, so let's try to follow him really quickly. So he's making his way all the way down. He's making the way all the way down. Where is he now? I think I lost him. I think he's right here. Oh yeah, there's an underneath tunnel, and he's made it. Well done for the Anglo-American School of Moscow. That was really sneaky play by Student 3. Actually, let me see who it is. Gordon. Student's name is Gordon. Student 3 is Gordon. So he's made a really nice play by hiding himself up there under the roof and then sneaking up on the flag and then making his way in the castle and then under the ground through the tunnel. Very good play. Very well executed. Good job, Gordon. All right, so both teams are playing much more carefully now, if you haven't noticed that. Both teams spend more time building up defense. We constantly see at least one player who is staying back and just building up the defense. It takes up different shapes, but it is still happening. So 2-1 still. The siege is on for So little skirmish is happening, 2 versus 1. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's really hard. I've seen very few players who can PvP 1 versus 2. It's very hard to do. So now when we have 2 players here, so I wonder what the plan is. Suleiman is trying to make his way. We actually see 3 players. So let me take this angle here to see what is happening. So one player went a little bit around. It looks like, yeah, looks like someone from the red team scores the points at 3-1. And this is really what normally happens when too many players go to the offense. Another team will immediately go on the offense as well. All right, so it looks like student 5. This is Ian from Anglo-American School of Moscow. So it looks like some of the resources are sharing. I know. Oh, wow. Look at this. Coordinated attack by BBS squad. We have 3 players that are trying to get in. 1 student in his side, but it's really hard to get in. Now, the Suleiman is getting from the back. Skirmish is happening. 2 versus 3 versus 1. The player's taken down. Someone's carrying the flag. The reinforcement is here, but it's a little bit too late. Lots of hits is happening, but the flag is still out, guys. The flag is out. Even though the blue team... Oh, how many are there? It looked like there were so many BBS players, but they've done a really great job. So the player who was carrying the flag, he just escaped this skirmish and just went for it. And in the meantime, AAS is carrying the flag. This player is carrying the flag. He got spotted. He's trying to block the way, but he is chased by 2 players, and the flag is returned. 3-2. Both teams are executing wonderful attacks. Both teams are taking defense really seriously. I've seen some strategy here where one player would scavenge for resources and then drop them here. And it looked like the strategy pays off. They have a very nice build. But I think it should be a little bit higher because you can easily just jump here, and you are in. So for the tower strategy, you got to go really, really hard. Because right now, as you have seen, the BBS player just jumped on this well and then into. And this is what I'm talking about. The Suleiman, a BBS student, is one of the best PvP players on their team. It's actually the best PvP player. So the Anglo-American School of Moscow has to be extra cautious when this player is in their base. They need at least 2 players to face him off. At least this is what I've witnessed in the games in the past. So I used to coach this team. That's why I know some of the players from the BBS squad. So the score is 3-3. BBS captures another flag, and it seems like it's uncontested, so no one is actually trying to contest. And this is what happens when too many players are taken down. They've sent back to their respawn, and where they spend 20 seconds. And this is the time where another team has to recapture or try to take advantage of this absence of the players to capture the flag. Okay. Well, thank you for the wonderful comments in the chat. I like how you encourage players and highlight their wonderful plays. All right, the red team scores a point, and the score is 4-4. So we see another insane game. Both teams are incredibly good. So I'd like just to give a really good shout out to both teams. Both teams are trying really hard. This is the first time they're playing versus each other, by the way. So there's no history there. Their second game, so the Suleiman has to retreat. He just turned around, and the bow fight is happening. So the movement is here. He's left this battle and trying to get inside. So the movement is here. So building blocks are going up. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. One student is there, ready for the defense, and now the blue team has just had a block in his hand, but for some reason, yeah. The player is actually on low health, so I wonder if student 23, he cannot really get through the wall, so he's going around. Bow fight is happening. The student 5 doesn't have a bow. Damage is taken. The red flag is there. So let's just see what happens. The red player has been taken down. The blue team captured the flag, but how do we get out? So another fight is happening inside the pit. And this is a strategy behind the well. Once you get the flag, okay, you can jump in, but then you've got to break your way out. And this is why this strategy is so devious, is because you can easily get in, but it's really hard to get out. So it's better to break the way before you get in, because once you're in, it's really hard to, you know, players will just jump on you. So it's really important for players to realize, for like here, for example, so the Suleiman is here, but now where do I go? So it's really hard. No place to escape, and this will give the red team time to reinforce, get the reinforcements back. So probably, yep, okay, so one player is down, but then what is happening here? So no one is aware that the red flag is gone. So the BBS player is trying to break the wall. No one is here. Okay, he got spotted, and he has just made his way out. So you can see how much time it takes to get out of this pit once you are here. So what is happening here? Nice escape from the BBS player all the way through the top. And now you see the Suleiman, the BBS player is very dangerous. So he's just taking down 2 players. So AS has to take him seriously. This is my advice, but nothing to take away from the Anglo-American School of Moscow. They're playing really well tonight. It's been just a couple of weeks since they started playing together, so it's a newly formed team at the Anglo-American School of Moscow. The AAS Esports Club and the Minecraft team is very new, so maybe they did not have much time to practice and strategize. So I'll give them that. So what we see here, with less than 10 minutes remaining, our BBS, a team from Kuwait, is leading by 1 point. Okay. All right. I like what the Anglo-American School of Moscow has put on the wall. So they've noticed that once the player has captured the flag, the easiest way to go is to climb up the back wall. So they've kind of tried to reinforce it with spiderweb. BBS has captured the flag one more time. Blocks are going up, and look at this speed. Yeah, this is going to be a problem, because now if the flag is captured, it is going to be 6-4 with less than 10 minutes remaining. And BBS is going to capture the flag, and it's 6-4. 6-4. The red team, the AS, captures the flag. Player number 6, this is Jack. Jack is 6. He is carrying the flag, and there's no one contesting. Actually, there are quite a lot of players, but it's... Oops. I think I just took a shot. The door is open just in time by student 5. This is Ian. So Ian has timely, and again, this underscores the importance of good communication of the team to make sure that the door is open just in time for the player to be able to get in and then shake off all the players who are behind. So many times we've seen how teams would destroy the entrance here, so leaving the base exposed, and I think this is what is happening here. BBS is trying to, they've taken down 2 blocks here, but then the base has been reinforced by cobblestone. So good job for the Anglo-American School of Moscow to spot this and remedy the entry to that base. Student 24 is trying to fight off the reinforcement, and then another player is here. The skirmish is happening in the pit, and it looks like student 2, Toby, student 2, that's actually, Toby is the captain of the Anglo-American School of Moscow team, so the Toby has to somehow save the day. He's a little bit slow, and then another player is here. With 5 minutes remaining, BBS is leading by a score, and BBS player Suleiman is here. So the flag has been captured. He's just waiting here for the flag to be scored and then recaptured. So he's PvP is happening here. The AAS, the Anglo-American School of Moscow players going down. The BBS has captured another flag. It's 7-5 now with less than 5 minutes remaining. So BBS has got a very strong lead with 3 points now. Yeah. So the doors are open just in time. Wonderful movement by BBS, and it's 5-8 by the Kuwait school at Al-Bayan Bilingual School of Kuwait. Whether or not Student 23 will be able to fight off and get back. Yes, well done for Student 23 to have won this skirmish. Now, the door, yeah, you can just open the door. The door is unguarded, and this is going to be another point for Al-Bayan Bilingual School. I wonder if the Anglo-American School has maybe relaxed too early with their first win in the first game, because it looks like BBS has gotten so strong and so well organized. Everybody knows what to do. They have a couple of people staying in base for the whole time, while two players on a constant siege. So let's just do a quick bird's eye view. So it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the third game, because this is the best of 3 series, and it looks like the first game went to the Anglo-American School of Moscow, and now the second game is likely to go to Al-Bayan Bilingual School. So the third game will be a tiebreaker. I'm excited. Yeah, both teams, thank you, Fatma. Both teams are very talented, and it's rare to see, though. Most of the time, if the team wins the first round, they're very likely to win the second game as well. The red team scores another point. So well done for the Anglo-American School of Moscow. But this time we see how in the first game BBS has been able to make a comeback, but not enough. But now in the second game they've been able to stay together and bring home victory in the second game, sorry. Okay, while I'm talking here, we can see that the Anglo-American School of Moscow is carrying the flag, so they're still not losing the hope. The door is locked, and the player, yeah, it's such a crucial moment to open the door and let the player in the right time, because as you can see now, a student is carrying the flag, but then the door is locked, and then most of the time both teams will try to stop the player and contest it, and if the door is not open in time, then the player is just faced with angry mob chasing him down. And most of the time, a person who's carrying the flag, they're already low on health because they've been fighting and they've been taking arrow hits, so they are low health. And it's very sad to see when this happens, when a player has done all the hard work of capturing the flag, and then his team did not communicate well and did not meet him or open the door or escort him to the flag placement. So we can see here a movement by the BBS, and the 1 minute remaining, the flag is captured and returned at the same time. Well, I think at this point it's safe to say that we are going to have the third game. It's very it's very unusual to have the third game. Normally, when teams play, one team outperform the other by a very large margin, and it's very unlikely to have this neck and neck game. But tonight is an exception. I'm happy to see that. So it's exciting to see how both teams are trying really hard to get back to capture flags, to defend their flags. So it's an interesting match today. And I think in just about 30 seconds, the winner will be announced, and we will be off to the final game to see who is going to take home victory in this friendly match. All right, blue team. Wow, GG. This is... Oh, the chat is disabled. Let me... All right, title all. What's wrong with me? Third game. Well done, BBS. You made it. You've made it on into the third game. Okay, we're gonna take a short break and then take a look at Suleiman combat. Yeah, I will. Yes. All right. Heading over to the overtime. Heading over to third game. So we'll take a short break. Have students need to take some water. Take a short break from the screens, and we'll get back. Top Gaming. I see your comment about auto clicking, and unfortunately, I mean, he's not auto clicking. When I was at BBS, I was the esports coach when we were doing practice sessions within the school. Suleiman has been accused on many occasions that he's in auto click, and then what he did, he actually put the webcam and actually he demonstrated that this is his skill. He's very skillful and talented. That's why I'm saying he's not using auto click. He's just a really good player and builder as well. So that's it. And actually, bolted is Suleiman on our YouTube comments. So Suleiman, feel free to explain your combating skills, because I think not only I'm impressed. Yeah. So guys, let's not talk about auto clicking. Okay. So both teams are aware that auto clicker is is illegal in our league, so no one is using auto clicker, so let's not question anybody. Okay, all right, so we'll take a short break. Make sure that you take a short break as well. I'll go to get some water, get some stretching, get away from the screen, so we do healthy gaming, develop healthy gaming habits. So let's take a short break and we'll be back for the third game. Okay. So we just had a quick chat with the coach of another team, and we are going to call it a night for tonight. So it is going to be a tie for tonight, but we will have a tiebreaker game next week. It's getting a little bit late here in Moscow and in Kuwait, and we just want to have a quick, actually, let me yeah, so we are going to take a break. I'm just asking permission to hear from students. So it's our tradition, I would say now, to have a quick interview pre-game and post-game with both teams. So I'm just asking. So please don't leave now. Even though we'll call it a night for the game, but we will have a quick conversation with both teams. Okay, let me join the BBS team now. Okay, yeah, I see them. So BBS team, I'm on my way to your Discord. Okay, so and then the Anglo-American School of Moscow also stay on your Discord. I'll join you in a second. Boom. Hello.
Hi, Mr. Evgeny.
Hi,
Hello.
Miss. Hello. Hi. Oh, I recognize some of the names. Well, it's good to have you back, BBS. So congratulations on, making a wonderful comeback. So I'm here just to hear from you. What did you think about today's game? And what was your strategy? Miss Fatma told me that you changed the strategy for the second game. So what was it about that enabled you to win the second game?
We were more coordinated. Yeah, Mr. In the first game, we weren't as coordinated. Like Ali got disconnected. It was this whole thing. But in the second game, everybody knew their roles. We stuck to it. And also we did go for the pillager outpost because last game, when Tariq went for it, he got the loot, but then he died, giving them the loot. So that was a massive issue. So we decided to skip the pillager outpost, focus on defense. And we also had offense players coming in, and we were helping each other and like making sure that if somebody had the flag, we would protect them all the way through.
Okay. And Suleiman, while you're still talking, just for the record, so we've seen some, as usual, I would say, we've seen some accusations of auto-clicker. So can you just spend maybe 10 or 15 seconds describing your play style, and can you just assure everybody that you're not using auto-clicker?
Okay, so basically they're accusing me of butterfly clicking. Not butterfly clicking, I mean auto clicking. What I'm using is butterfly clicking, and I'm very consistent with it. So that's why somebody said that it has a rhythm. So when you click like the certain amount of CPS, like consistently, it's gonna sound like it's gonna have a rhythm. Okay, it's not gonna be fluctuating. I click very, very fast, and I can be like very accurate with it. So I have Glorious Modulo, and it allows me to like easily butterfly click, and that's why I'm getting high CPS. And it may seem like I'm auto clicking, but I genuinely am not.
All right.
That I can assure of that because I've seen it in person. I can be sure that that's true.
Oh, it's so, Jasmine, it's so nice to hear you. I think the last time I seen you was 4 years ago, so it's nice to see you and hear you. All right.
4 years.
Yeah, I taught. Yeah, 4 years ago. I think it's you. Looking at your first and last name. Anyway, so Miss Fatma,
I believe you also taught Faris here.
Yeah, Faris. I recognize you as well. So Miss Fatma.
Hi, Mr.
Hey, hi. Nice to have you on a BBS Esports team. So Miss Fatma, anything from your end as their coach of the team?
I'm just very proud of the team. You guys communicated very effectively today, and you really made a comeback. And I think I can say for all of us that we're very excited for the tiebreaker.
All right, wonderful. So thank you for your time today, and thank you for this wonderful interview. So let me now jump to the Anglo-American School of Moscow and have a chat with them. and ask them some questions as well. Well, hello.
Yo, hello.
Hey, you guys on air, so make sure that you mind your language and everything. So,
I have one thing to say.
yeah, let's go. So let's talk about about the first game and the second game. So what went not so well for our team, Gordon?
I mean, like on the I mean, we had like a good strategy. It was like going like well until the second round, because when I saw
communication.
when he's saying he's very accurate, when some people's gameplay, it's like night and day difference in when it was round 2.
Okay, well, you see, and we've talked about this in the team as well. So we have a best, we assume, we behave ourselves and we assume that others do not use auto clicker, and I can assure you that this is not the case. Okay, so I've seen this player. That's why it's out of the question. He's talented. That's why we, as a team, I think we've got to figure out how we play. You know how in
more communication.
Yeah, maybe more communication. You know when
we're terrible. We need less irrelevant communication and more relevant communication.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of communication.
Yeah,
there's a lot of communication, just not the right type.
Okay, well.
Wait. Apparently, bolted XD is banned on Hypixel. Wait, I might be wait. I'm using the wrong
Pixel banned on a server.
No, wait.
Just a second. So let's just take one person at a time. So what I hear from you is that the communication is a problem, and many teams actually that I spoke with during the spring league said just that, because you don't have to say anything, because sometimes teams just talk all the time and it's irrelevant. So probably communication will be the first portion or first skill that we will work as a team. So let me just hear from one more person. Any comments, any last comments, and then we'll call it a night.
When's the next game?
The next game.
I have a question to the Suleiman guy. So just at the second round, I do understand his I just get he's talented, but the first round he was like really, not really that goodish, and
his aim was inaccurate
or something. Since like at the first round compared to second, he was not really good at.
Well, and that's why.
To second grade.
And that's why it's just a friendly match, right?
That's why we're suspecting him.
Okay, so and this is I mean, you have all the rights to speculate, and that's why the esports is just a regular sport where some people, those accusations are made, and then we will have another game and then another game, and as long as we are being respectful of each other, as long as we don't make any false assumptions and we respectfully communicate with another team, I think that's what esports and sports is about. Well, thank you, Anglo-American School of Moscow. Thank you, the team, for participating, for being here today, for committing to this match. The next game will coordinate between BBS and ourselves. Probably the next game will be in a week at the same time. I'm not sure, but yeah. And yeah, looking forward to some outstanding strategy from our end to make sure we counter their team and their players. Well, thank you all. Thank you, our viewers as well. Thank you for who show up today. I've seen some teachers from Anglo-American School of Moscow. I've seen maybe some teachers from BBS. So thank you for being here. Stay tuned for more live streams. We'll be live streaming more games. And hopefully after the winter break, we'll actually start a spring league, an actual official competitive Minecraft league. All right, so we're going to end now. It's getting a little bit late, so make sure that you take a break and go to bed on time. All right, great games, everyone. GG, and see you next time. Bye.